On that, what inspired you to write the book, right?
Yes, inspiration.
Yeah, inspiration. Correct, to the column. Yeah, inspiration was more because I wanted to document, very important. And I love to write. I love to read and I love to write. So both the things have to go together. Because if you don't read, it's not possible also to write. So working in the rare books and local history section made it showed to me in the way that I had to document. And this column was the first attempt to document Goan history. Because now we find that many people are using memoirs, many people are using literature, many people are using newspapers, which earlier a historian would say, oh, you're writing history from a newspaper. No more, because newspapers document day to day. It is up to the historian to analyze and see if it is correct or wrong. To give an analysis. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. And I hope the audience is back again because we needed to disconnect for a short while. Now, how many years, ma'am, did it take to compile this book?
I wrote the column from 2001 to 2004. In the beginning, the putting together was not in my mind. But then people started saying, when are you going to publish? I said, publishing needed money also, right? So we were once in the garden, Garcia Dorte, and Mr. Ralph D'Souza, the owner of many hotels and also in the real estate, he came to me and said, when are you going to publish the book? Putting together your column. I was the first one to buy. Now I knew that he could sponsor. I said, why don't you sponsor? Instead of being the first to buy. This is okay. Think over it and let me know. Okay. This was someone in the night and midnight, some show. But it went on. And after that talk, almost at 3-4 years had passed. Then I called Ralph. I said, are you still, that offer still stands? So I said, yes. Given the offer. And he paid for the entire book. Yeah, that's how the book was put to. I mean, the columns are put together and a book came. Yeah, the other books of always had sponsors for my books, and that one learns then to trade, and how to get the things done.
Yes.
Because I still have to work on my other column. I hope I can start it by mid of the year. And work on the columns that I did on different churches of Goa and different on feasts and festivals, which I have not covered in the first book. Then I might start working on that and go back. So my guide would say, not popular writing, academic. I'll do both. Why a person who reads a newspaper should not read academic work in a newspaper? Times of India columnists are equally considered as academicians as any other would be here. I don't feel that academics should not be in the columns of a newspaper. I think it should go on. And that's what Professor Dr. Theodore D'Souza did. He started sending columns for the newspaper. It didn't belittle him. He didn't feel belittled. Why should I? He's a great man. If he did, I will also do the same thing. So that I'm closer to the people. Yeah, the academician can read the journal, but I'll have to write differently for them.
Yes.
And write for the newspapers for people to read and know what's happening. That would be my next step, I think.
Project, yes. Ma'am, your suggestion for our Dempo College Literati Club audience who would want to take up writing as a hobby or profession. So what do you have to suggest to them? And some tips from your end, because you have been such a great writer, and this book is a part of our heritage
Yeah,
now,
no,
remembering Goa.
they have the right.
Yes.
The thing is gone soon.
Oh no,
Yeah,
ma'am, it is
done?
yours.
The
I'll
webcam.
just check.
Just
one
using
second.
web. Okay. What?
Yeah, I think it must be in the background. I can hear your voice.
Okay. Yeah, that. So
Yes.
what I would say that reading is very important. So it should start a person reading from childhood and then grasping what he or she is reading. But today I think as a professional, when I'm reading something, if my reader would be, you know, it will be useful for my reader. Even today, though I'm retired, I know who is working on what. For my friends who are already done their doctorate or postdoctorates, the professors are writing. So I make a note for them. And then I will say, okay, fine. I think this would interest you. And many of them back on me. It's nice that people still back, you're retired, and people now connection is much easier with internet. And they'll say, come on, can you tell me, can you help me? So that allows you, reading allows you to write. You can have an aim and objective when you start writing. But there are some inspirations. When I'm writing academic, I have an aim and objective. If I'm writing a column, that's more, emotional. You bring back your thought, your memory, your connection. So it depends what kind of writing. And now people appreciate any type of writing if it is a good piece of writing. Not people who write just for the sake of writing with wrong facts. There are people who write for the sake of writing. That's not the way that one should write. One should go for the facts. I'll tell you an incident with my book, Remembering Goa. I'll be frank enough. I wrote from my mind, thinking that what I had heard. I was 9 years old when it happened, the liberation of Goa. I wrote. I was pulled for it by a Navy officer. He said that Vikrant had never come to me. I went to check the document before writing another piece, answering to his command, which came in letter to the editor. So the editors of the Mirror, they told me, listen, there's a letter there. So I told him, well, if I knew you were part of the takeover, I would have definitely met because I knew him personally. I wrote from my memory, and it's my mistake not having used the documents before writing. And now, for no discussion between the two of us, I will give the extract of the government publication, the military, the army.
Okay.
What exactly happened on that?
Okay.
That was the final. So nobody could discuss more. I accepted. He told me I was wrong. I accepted I was wrong. So I was one day walking on the road in Fontaine. One gentleman whom I knew, Mr. Lobo, he comes to me. A very good answer that you gave. To the point, he could have told you that you made a mistake. I said, whatever it is, he said, I made a mistake, I accepted. And the answer I gave also, he accepted. There was no more discussion. There was a document there. That's how a historian would answer. That's what I did. So this is how, but the people don't want to accept they are wrong. When they are wrong. So then they will start discussing. So I tell them, see, I don't want to discuss. You bring documents as evidence, I will accept. But if you don't have documents, don't just say because my grandmother said it, or Lourdes Bravda said it, and I never said it. So this is not the way one writes. And especially if you are to saying that I'm documenting. It's not correct. Now there's one piece on my remembering over on the first flight, successful flight. I mean, they were rather unsuccessful from Lisbon to Goa by plane. I had to document. I went to the newspapers. I went to the other documents. I am quoted for that article, but I can be quoted because I have already got the proof. Okay, that was the quote was that they were paid 32,000 as a prize. So the person said, "I'm saying." I said, "Fine, it is there." No, and I don't know if you heard about the soap detergent bar. It's called Marau. You must be connecting now to Marau Kenny building in Karansalem. Now that Marau was the name of the plane. And then Marau is the name of the hillock in Portugal. So then put together, I did a lecture over there in Portugal, the north of Portugal, you know, and of Marau. So one learns, but you put the facts together. And that's very important, having the facts together. You're not writing a novel where you have the liberty to write the way you want. You can say anyway that Goa was liberated in 2000. Let's say, but not in a piece where the history comes.
Right.
No, you can't. You have to be factual. A literary person can write whatever he or she. It's a novel. You can finish. It's a novel. I write the way I want. But you can't say for columns.
It has to have a backing of a proof and documentation.
Yesterday, I went to the dental college, coming to say. So I had an appointment. So the dentist asked me, were you working in the central library? I said, yes. Did you write or do you write for the papers? I said, yes. I have your book. You know,
Okay.
so that kind of remarks should inspire also the youngsters. I think that, you know, they can be something even through writing. Yeah. So writing is important because it keeps a trail, I would say. Once it is in print, anyone can go and refer to your work. So that way, it's not only coming back to the academics where they want published work because they want a promotion, or because they have a higher grade. But here, it's because I like to write. I have an aim. Let's see, I'm doing my doctorate. What? I don't need one. Unless St. Peter will ask me, have you got a doctorate? Then you walk in heaven. So I don't need one. But that's giving me a pleasure. The aim I had long back. And even my husband asked me after I retired, you don't want to do your doctorate? My friends, my help, when they were doing their doctorate, কেন করতা তু? করে না? I said, 12 वर्ष फाटे जाऊंगा. So I said, okay, आता Korea. So nobody can say I have office time or whatever. You know, it's my time, my family time. I cannot devote so much time to my family, you know. And because my family has supported me, especially my husband, when I said go ahead, you know, my children also said the same thing. So I said I will do it because it's giving me a pleasure. Not because somebody called me Dr. So-and-so, no. Everybody knows there's a Lourdes after pass, that's fine. Okay. So, but this is what the students also should aim, that they do things because they like to do. Okay, maybe for some it is earning their day-to-day bread, the journalists and all that. But they should love to do what they do. Journalists now, they don't cover happenings. One will cover send for others. Next time they say you cover. This is the way they work, unfortunately, anyway. So you find the same news on all the papers. You agree with me?
Yes, yes.
This is it.
But with the different perspectives, but the same
Correct.
music. Yes. So, ma'am, I've come to the end of my question, a list of questions that I had here, and it was really interesting to hear from you about remembering Goa. Now, I would open the session to the audience. So, if you could unmute yourself and speak, it would be great. So, students, if you have something that you want to ask, you can uh, please do ask. It would be ideal if you can do it on the voice instead of chatting, so that ma'am can hear you also. No questions from the audience. So I would just like to summarize, ma'am, whatever you have said. Firstly, your idea about the joy of writing, and you connected it very well by saying that this was something that you always wanted to do and share it with the people. And you also loved it when people would come back to you, recognize you for the columns that you have written. And these columns have become an inspiration and ultimately got manifested in form of remembering Goa. So a heritage book, a value that it has. So I think it is for generations to come, and people can actually know what the Poder did when during your times, and how Goa has changed over these years. And yes, you also spoke about so many people who inspired you, who also encouraged you, supported you in publishing this book. So that was very nice. And ma'am, and you've given wonderful suggestions to our literati club, especially to do what they like. And it's not complete the same as academic writing, but you need to base all your writing on the facts. And it's a wonderful thing, ma'am, that you documented all your memories. So I think we can also get inspiration through this book. So looking forward, ma'am, to read this book completely, because now I've seen your perspective, and I think there are very finer things that I would also like to connect with. So thank you, ma'am, for this contribution to literature and your work.
Thank you.
Thank you for
And
this
thanks
session.
for inviting me and
Thank you.
giving an opportunity to talk to your students and the other faculty members. I hope they gain a little bit from what I have said. Yeah, as my experience.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And we have also recorded this session, so it will be available to our students on the DEMPO website. The link will be shared with you. So if you want to go through this talk or the dialogue once again, you can always refer to that link. Um, Ma'am, thank you very much. And I think we will end the session now. Thank you all the audience for joining us for this session. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
We are offline. No, yeah, this photo is yours, Cheryl Dyer.
Yes, yes.
But I know this lady. I don't know you. But